Good morning. Welcome to Reboot. My name is Jonathan Wegener. I'm CEO and co-founder of timehop. Timehop is a small startup. We're a 5-person VC-backed startup backed by the same people as Twitter, Tumblr, and Foursquare. And we're focused on the digital past. We send you a daily email every day that tells you what you did this day last year. I'm a complete product geek. Before timehop, I built an app called Exit Strategy NYC that helps New Yorkers ride the subway by telling you where to stand on the train, front, back, middle, the exact car. Also worked with startups like GroupMe, Loose Cubes, and a whole bunch of others doing product. Today I want to talk to you about focus. When you're a small startup and you don't have a lot of resources, or maybe you're a person, the most important thing you can do is focus, and focus on the right things. The inspiration for this speech came from a mailing list I'm part of where people trade advice, and someone asked about what bank should they choose. And it led to this whole discussion of, well, you should choose this bank because the FDIC insurance covers more than 250,000 K, and someone had clearly spent like weeks making the decision of what bank to choose. And it kind of occurred to me how ridiculous this was, because the likelihood that the bank will fail is down here, and the likelihood that his idea or his startup will fail is massive. And he's focused on choosing the right bank as if his life depends on it, as if the customers really care about the bank. And all too often, I see this happen. I see people, maybe it's because everyone kind of has an academic background or consulting or finance, but you tend to focus on the really small details when all that matters is the high-level details. Are you making something that people want? And it's really important to stay at a high level. A lot of people think that the first step to starting a business is printing business cards. And it gets you no closer to getting the answer at the end of the tunnel, getting to the end of the tunnel, which is, are you making a product that people want? And it's important to keep that high-level vision of, am I on the right track? Am I pouring my energy into the right things, or am I pouring it into the minutia that really don't matter? Your one and only goal is to stand out from the crowd. You need to be Waldo. You need to make a product that's so good that you stand out from the audience, that you get found, and that your marketing is so good that that your product fits the market, and that your customers shout at the top of their lungs, I love your product, and they tell all their friends about it, and they get super excited. And as an entrepreneur, that is your one and only goal. It's not to pick the best attorney and the best accountant and the best bank. It's to make a product that people get really excited about and that works. And the truth is, what's under the hood, under the covers doesn't really matter. It can be held together with duct tape. No one really knows that you're a one-person organization. If you have a nice website and you're offering a service that people want, they will buy it. No one really cares about the code base under it. I like to say that building a product is like packing a suitcase. Plan out what you think you need, and then remove half. Everyone thinks that you need 6,000 features, and if you look at the best products in the world, they typically do one thing well. Twitter is this small 140-character thing. A lot of the best products are really simple. With timehop, when we started it, we had 6,000 concerns. Will people care about what we're building? It's a daily email. Will that be bothersome? Should we show multiple years back? Will people even know how to spell the name? We built it at a hackathon in one day, and it turns out that people did care. And we grew it bigger from there, and now we're over 100,000 users on the service. And if we had had months to think about it and sit around and plan it, we probably would never have gotten past these scary things, like, should we incorporate? And we have to find a lawyer to get the right terms of service, and what should the privacy policy be? And if we make money, how are we going to pay the taxes? And we better start finding a tax accountant. And how are we going to split ownership? And it's not that these things aren't important. They are. And there's people like Gina who love to do these things. And what you should be doing is figuring out how to work together to get the correct answer and make a product that people want, not becoming an expert on incorporation and taxes and all of these things. Those are not your core focus as an entrepreneur. And don't get caught up in figuring out, like, well, I'm going to give him 1% of my company. Teamwork's important. Work together and get to the answer. The answer is often not what you think, and the quicker you release products and the quicker you release and iterate, you'll zoom through and you'll find the right answer and you'll iterate. Here's a really quick piece of advice that I use. Next time you have a decision to make and you're stressing over it, just think on your deathbed or in a year or two, are you really going to care about this decision? Is it going to care? Are you going to care about that line on your tax income? Products, especially in their early stages, are about broad strokes. It's about making something that people really want, and about just jumping over those barriers and jumping through and making the decisions that you need to get quickly as possible to the product, get the product to the market, and make sure that you're making something that people really want. That's all I've got for you. You're welcome to join my session. I'm Jonathan Wegener, and you can reach me at these different places. Thank you.